Sure. I
Yeah.
mean, I'll just like play the
Okay. Okay.
stream
It's
on
about
your
to.
channel.
Yeah. It's about to start. Start. So we gotta be quiet. Hello, my ramens. Welcome to the ramen shop. I'm here with a super special guest, one of the top dogs of comic dubs, Shavs from Shavs Media Production.
Hello, I am Shav.
Welcome, Shave. Just tell us a bit about yourself.
Um, well, I've been doing dubs for about 4 years. Started out with uh music and AMVs and stuff, and we're moving into animation and other projects that'll be coming soon. But yeah, it's been a pretty fun growth of the channel, and I'm the producer and manager and organizer of all the projects, and also the editor. Um, and yeah, I typically have fun editing the end product. And yeah, I really appreciate the audience that we have on the channel, because it really shows that people are looking for some good quality content when it comes to dubs and animation.
Aw. So TLDR, for those of you who for some reason got bored, Shavs is a really cool person who's
Wow.
very talented, very sweet, and very humble. Um, like legit, just a manager for a channel who creates some pretty dope things and providing many an opportunity for upstarting and even talented people to get into a fun scene. Um,
Hell yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, Tell us a bit more about your background. Like, where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Eye Joe.
Okay, so my origin story. So grew up, like grew up around Australia. Typically moved a lot as a kid, but it was definitely something that added to my interest in world building and storytelling and everything.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, my creativity and liking for art started when I was quite young, and I tended to draw on cardboard boxes and everything. So when I grew up, it just kind of translated to just drawing through math class.
Mm.
Aside from that, growing up, um, I decided to uh, do some study in animation and screen and media, and here I am now. But yeah, I'd say the only interesting thing from my childhood was the
Hmm.
fact that we probably moved around every few months for about 3 years. And yeah, I was a bit of a strange child, so I didn't really have that big of a friend group.
Oh no. Dang. Well, now
but
you have
aside
all
from
the friends, so it's all
yeah,
worth it. It's all good.
but aside from that, I've got a pretty vanilla life, honestly.
Okay. Okay. So it was like, oh, look at Shav there. Looks so simple and boring. I wonder what's going on behind the scenes. I am the overlord of this channel with so many subscribers and projects.
I, de- I definitely, I definitely found my footing when it came to being an online uh, presence, because yeah, it's just the best to be able to just be the boss of something and actually just show that you're capable of leading a group, which is nice.
Yeah, it's real nice. What would you say are your inspirations? What helped you really get here?
Inspirations. Honestly, for starting comic dubbing, it was a simple. I used to watch well, starting on YouTube entirely. I used to do AMVs, but I
Mm-hmm.
started those because I used to watch YouTube a lot, and I used to watch AMVs, and I was like, wow, these AMVs are awful. I can do better. So then I started making AMVs.
Oh, that is such a great way where it's just
and
like,
then eventually,
ah, looking at
and then
this scene, they
eventually,
suck. So let me just be better.
after meeting Jeremy,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously, if anyone knows the channel, Jeremy is is a more well known name, um, but yeah, he's the one who helped start off with the comic dubs, and we pretty
Oh,
much grew from there. So yeah,
oh, that's very sweet. Thinking about that, that's really cool when it's just like, well, I want to make projects, and then this voice actor comes up and he's like, "All right, let's do it right now." I'm like, "Wait, what? Today? Okay, here's the lines." It's like, "What the
well,
frick?"
well, what happened was is I had been going around and I've been approaching people on the YouTube platform if they wanted to join onto an animated project that is
Mm-hmm.
currently being worked on. It's
Yeah.
finally actually being worked on now. Um,
Ooh.
and he got brought on, and he was going to voice a specific character. And then I think like a week or two later, I was like, "Hey, why don't we try a dub?" And he was like, "Lol, sure." And I was like, "Lol, yay!" And so we made it, and then dubs were born.
Oh, dang. I guess it'd be like that. It's just like,
And now it's a business. So
yep,
yay.
it's become a big old business where it just starts off where you're just like, yo, you want to make comic stuff? Sure, lol. Years later, we've made a lot of comic dubs now, haven't we? Yes. Will
But
will they ever stop asking for casino cups? No.
oh god, the day Casino Cups ends is the day we implode.
Oh, there we go. It's just like it becomes a black hole, and all the other voiceover channels just start coming in and becoming one giant conglomerate under Shav's media world.
Oh, that's amazing. But no, we do more than just comic dubs nowadays.
Yeah,
We've done
music,
some
gaming.
music. We've also got and we've got animations that are coming out. So
Hmm.
we're becoming slowly a variety
Yes,
channel of sorts, which is nice.
yes, variety, and then eventually something else will become big, and then it's just like, okay, we've got to drop everything else for now and do that. It's just
The good old trending.
yeah, trending, and it's just like, because that's how it usually is. Like for me, my channel started as a variety channel, and then music took off,
Amazing.
and then I'm like, okay, if I try anything other than music, YouTube will say, nah, fam, you don't got this, and then just taint the views of that vid. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a second channel that's a variety channel that I don't care what goes on to that one then, because the rest is
Oh,
history.
that's amazing.
Yeah, because that's how YouTube be working, and I I don't appreciate it, but a they got to do what they got to do to keep fans interested in your content, I guess, because they don't trust your
Yeah,
fans.
that's true.
Yeah,
Oh no.
yeah, because if my current channel was still like was still big on the variety, like this podcast would be on that channel. Everything I ever want to do would probably be on that channel. But I already know YouTube just already finna say now. They're just gonna be like,
Look, I just check everything on one channel.
yeah, yeah.
It works
It
to a degree.
I'm just waiting. Just like a couple months from now, I could just be like, okay, guys, we've seen the good response of this and decided, hey, we'll start a different channel, like Shav's Media Gaming, Shav's Media Music. We're like, yo.
No, those are just segments on one channel.
Yes, just segments. We'll see. I don't know. It's like I doubt, and I'm also like supportive if it works. Oh, I'll be saluting from a corner. But I'm also waiting for the day where it's just like, Nen, I think you might be right on this one. We've gotten consistently 3,000 views over the next 3 video gaming stuff, and 15,000 on the next song. We kind of need more than that.
Oh no.
Oh no! It's like I'll hope. I'm wishing for the best, of course. just you never know.
Our audience is pretty because a good thing is that you can sometimes see what your audience watches in your own feed, like
Mm-hmm.
right under a video.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that they watch stuff similar to what I watch, which is comic dubs, animation, and music. So
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm pretty sure we're still in the right market for them.
Yes, you're still in the right market, but it's more of just like, they'll be like, okay, that was cool. I like this comic dub. Wait, they make music? Now do I click on this? I mean, they're known for comic dubs, but would they be good at music? I mean, that thumbnail's
Look,
cool though.
I'm pretty
It's
sure.
cool though.
I'm pretty sure. I've got a hunch that the song coming out in September is gonna
Okay,
do well.
well, yes, because
I've got a
knowing
hunch.
yes, knowing topic of Wink Wink song, yes, it
A
might,
hunch.
yeah, a bit of a hunch, as in like you've hit somebody, they're now a hunchback because of how big of a hunch you got on this one. And oh, it's looking good. It's looking good, and we just gotta finna hope. Just be like, okay, you're going out, soldier. This is a big day. You're about to become a general out of nowhere. You're like, wait, what? You will be the big old hey, get this right or else.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and you're like, this song's just like, I don't think I signed up for this. Well, we made you, so you have no choice in the matter. What? Yeet!
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes, just throwing out your child and seeing if people will like it or not.
Oh yeah.
The Shaz Media Production motto: throw out your children and see if maybe they'll survive in the world.
Yeah, it's like throw them out of the nest if they fly.
Yay!
Yay.
If they don't,
If they don't.
we still love them, but we won't love them as much.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, big sad, but it's not
Aw.
wrong.
I feel bad. I feel bad for that analogy now.
You're just like, shoot, now I need to look at all my low performing videos again and say sorry. Just
Oh Jesus.
oh my gosh. Talking about projects, what would you say would be like a dream project? Where you'd be like, okay, I gotta have these people. If these people are part of it, oh, it's gonna be this topic. Oh, this is gonna happen. Oh, this studio will pick it up out of nowhere and I'm gonna become a millionaire. Yeah.
Honestly, okay, for a start, that's not how it works, but
Well, it's not, but we're saying this is a dream project.
like a dream project for me would just be, like making, like pretty much a dream outcome would be for us to release our animated pilot and for it to get picked up.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much the ideal dream for roughly around 2023.
Mm-hmm.
But like
Nice.
dreams overall, it would just be to have a successful animated show.
Yes. Heck yes.
Like I really like producing and storytelling and character development. It's one of my favorite things to do. So being able to be at the forefront of that and have something be successful would just be the best thing ever.
Oh, absolutely. If anything, that's like super interesting because all of the stuff that I have seen you work on, it's good. You're a cruel person, but it's good. For those who don't know, and if somebody ever
yeah,
just comes
like-
back from the future and they're just like, oh, yo, I just watched this particular animated pilot and that's great, or like I want to hear more from the creator, and then they come to this podcast, they're like, dang, they knew this long.
Oh god, yeah, the animated pilot's been like it was on hiatus for a long time, so it's finally coming.
Yes, yes.
We actually have an animation, one of the first parts of the overarching story, that's
Solidified.
releasing as a fully animated and colored thing in next month at some point. So that'll be fun. So look forward to
Ooh.
that.
Yes. Yes, I shall. I shall bump the ish out of that. Be like, okay, guys, y'all want to see something cool? See something sweet? See something original and animated with a female driven and lead creator? Haha, you want that? Haha, go get him! Go get it! Go get it! And all the
Also,
animation pops will just go
if you're a
nuts.
child, do not watch my animations. They are for mature audiences. They are not sexual, but they are violent.
Oh, oh. That's not gonna stop anyone.
Do not I beg you, do not show my animated show to your 6-year-olds. They will be scared.
I know, but remember, we're talking about the same world that was just like, well, Deadpool's a superhero. Let's take our kids to see that. Like,
I
we
think
could
that's just called a questionable parent.
yes, there it is. So we just
I
go
mean,
for
look, it's better than the kids that showed their kids because I know because some people did that animated sausage movie.
oh, Sausage Party. Yeah, there were plenty of
Yeah,
parents that
people
complained
thought
about that and
yeah,
took people to see it.
people went and showed their kids that, and then they complained that it was extremely sexual when it's an R-rated movie.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Parents just have no concept of the parental guidance system, is all.
Yeah, and then they immediately start blaming like legit the people who made the movie instead of themselves. It's like that classic
Look,
meme where it's
honestly,
just like, "Am I out of
honestly, real talk.
touch?"
My parents, they did not follow the parental guidance system, and
Oh,
one of the reasons why I have such an affinity for dark themes and horror is because at a young age,
oh,
I was just exposed to things like Saw and The Hills Have Eyes and Freddy versus Jason and all those kind of things, Nightmare on Elm Street, and I think I was around 10 when I was exposed to all these.
oh
So
no!
so like so like at a young age, I developed an affinity for the darker themes, um, because my parents just had no concept of the parental guidance system. And then as I grew older, I just found myself like watching things like yeah watching movies about war and all that kind of stuff because I had a kind of nice segment of my life where I was just really interested with history and kind of these stories of war, even if they were true or not. And
Mhm,
it's honestly what's also it also is just one of the other things that just inspired my way of storytelling, kind of taking a very
mhm,
grounded approach to even some of the most outlandish fantasy elements, which is
mhm.
it's really interesting.
Yes, cruel and twisted things mixed with war, mixed with comedy and sweetness. Haha!
Yes,
It all comes to it all comes together. Haha!
sprinkle in a bit of Coraline, and you're done.
Oh yes, of course, Coraline coming in and just being like, haha, I'm gonna change all your lives.
Now that movie was actually made for kids, and it is astonishing
Oh,
that kids.
yes,
From what I've
it's
heard, it has traumatized some kids, but
oh
bravo
of
to Coraline for
course.
getting a PG rating.
Legit, I actually had nightmares because of Coraline as a kid.
Honestly, Coraline has had so many elements that have either been intentionally put into my story
Hmm.
or unintentionally. Because one I just realized is yeah, it's hilarious. You'll know what I mean, Neto. But you know how the other mother has a when she turns into the other mother, she has her body turns into a into
Spindly
a
mess.
like metallic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A metallic,
Yeah.
spindly, destructive. Yeah.
It was that was unintentional, I swear.
Oh, oh no.
It's beautiful.
Oh, good, good,
You'll know what I
goodness.
mean when it comes.
Yes, yes, I will. I already had predictions. I'm like, oh no.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Shavs, you
But no, those are
twisted.
pretty much my main.
Yeah.
Those are pretty much my main inspirations. Plus, a pretty heavy slap of Pokemon, because growing up that was like my main thing I watched. So all those
Yeah.
things accumulate together to make the stories I write.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Yeah, just think about uh, inspirations and what makes you tick, and it's always interesting because it's just like there's
Oh
so many
yeah.
different artists or different shows or different everything. Because back when I was a variety channel, I was more sketch based, and I was like, haha, Ryan
Back
Higa's
in my
best.
day.
Back in my day, like if y'all want to still look at my old freaking sketches, they're still up.
They are. He could check him out.
Yep, check out pure cringe.
You also check out I Wanna Wah, a song.
Oh, thank you for bringing up the one thing I'll never live down.
You are not allowed to live it down.
Of
What are you
course,
talking
I'm
about?
not allowed to live it down. I'm, I helped make the song. That's the number one theme and anthem for an entire community. Like, what the fuck? I can't live that down. Legit, my friends have been. One time, my friend works at a racetrack, and she heard kids singing the song, and I was like, oh no.
Ah,
I was, and I actually heard it once as well when I was at freaking when I was just hanging out at a place once, and I was playing some video games with some friends, and then dude was like, "Oh, if only we had Waluigi in this game, I want to wah." I was like, and then she started humming the tune. I was like, "Oh my gosh,
I wanna wah.
I want to wah." I'm like, "Oh no, stop, please."
Oh boy.
Because it's not like a bad song, of course, but
Catchy.
it makes you cringe. It makes me
Look,
cringe.
catchy and cringe live in tandem with one another.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like there's a lot of things when it comes to this good old nerdcore fandom I'm a part of. Is that it's like you're gonna I think you'll make good songs, you'll make great beats and everything, but when you go back to it, you're still like, oh, that was for that fandom, that was for that thing. Oh no. Oh no.
If you want, you can check out our song, Bendy and the Ink Machine.
Yep.
It was made by Dolph Lundberg.
uh, just I just could just see years down the road. It's like none of us like Bendy anymore. He's like, I made a song for
Look,
that.
look. I'm always gonna say this. I like Bendy as a concept, as a
Yes.
story concept.
Oh, the
I
games are bad.
hated how it was executed.
Oh, all the games
I
are
think
bad.
it has so I think it had so much potential, but they misplaced it all. And
I
they
think it
might have
was.
just been placing they might have just been waiting for the sequel to actually tell the good story, but like they could
Mm-hmm.
have just told it in the original. Like cuz you can like I'm pretty sure it was already planned in the game's code that the reveal was going to be that Joey was Bendy and everything,
Yeah, and then
but
Map
they
Pack came
changed
out
it
of
for some
nowhere.
reason. I think I think and my theory is that they changed it so that it could be in the sequel instead, so that this big massive conspiracy story that everyone had figured out months in advance
Mm-hmm.
that could be used for the sequel. Um,
Ah,
and I'm not too jazzed on that, but
yeah.
yeah, I think it could have been so much better from from a writing standpoint, I just think
Oh, absolutely.
it barely counts as horror. I don't think
Yeah.
it counts as horror at all.
Oh, it was never really
I think it's
horror.
a
It was
just a
just an
fantasy adventure.
interesting concept with good designs.
Yeah,
Like, and my
like
theory was
yeah.
always just, hey, Manpet figured it out, and therefore everyone figured it out. Therefore, they're like, oh shoot, oh frick. He found the tiny details and everything and put it all into one video months before our last game. Oh no. And they were like, we gotta make something new. And they went ahead and made something new, and it wasn't the best. um,
Mm.
yeah, I feel like Bendy would have been so much better as a show, like a cartoon.
I I disagree.
I don't
I don't
know.
think it would have worked as a show. I think people like to compare it to Cuphead and the fact that Cuphead's getting a show, but
Well, Cuphead's way
I
more
don't
adept for a show than
I don't
Bendy
think
was.
it's yeah. I don't particularly think Bendy is designed to fit on a show because the whole point of Bendy is that it's like it's a retired cartoon and everything, and if you're watching a cartoon about a retired cartoon, that might come across as a bit meta
Which a
but
lot of
odd,
people, but
I
a lot of
guess.
people like meta, and I feel like that could be
Yeah,
kind of
I think
fun.
but I think there's good meta and then there's bad meta. I think it
Maybe
works as a
not as much.
game.
Well, yeah, I think
I
okay,
just personally
maybe a
think it
different
was
type of
extremely
game.
badly executed.
Yes, maybe a
Yeah.
different game style and maybe done differently because it's just like
Mm.
because none of the games were good in my opinion. It was very repetitive and kind of boring and kind of a walking simulator, and eh,
I think I think I just want to be in the room where they're figuring out the story one day and like just kind of ask them what the hell were they thinking? Because like from what we've seen of Dark Survival at the Dark Revival at the moment, it looks like they're bringing in the elements. Like we're gonna get a good Bendy,
mm-hmm.
or we're gonna get to choose either side with Bendy or Alice, and we'll either get to learn more about Bendy as a character, or we'll just be out to kill him like the angels are. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's an interesting concept. Um,
Yeah,
but I think it's all just going to depend on the execution. I have high hopes for Dark Revival, but Bendy and the Ink Machine disappointed me to a very high degree.
oh absolutely it
And the last chapter was the most anticlimactic thing ever. Plus, I actually haven't finished the game because my game bugged out and it soft locked me out of the whole chapter, so I had to redo it. And because there are some things I love repetition on, but there are some things I hate repetition on, games and with games and movies.
mm-hmm.
I just shut the movie off or the game off because I just can't stand repetition on them.
Yeah. I mean, that's totally understandable. Specifically with Bendy and just going back and forth, and you're like, I'm gonna hide in this room over and over and over again as this tiny little fledgling ink demon thing will come after me.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Yeah. Like I said, it has potential as a story.
mm-hmm.
I just think it needs some different writers on it.
Change up the gameplay, I would say. That's a big thing. Some of the atmosphere should change a little bit. I feel like if they had music playing, like that creepy music, and add that in, that would help a little bit.
Mm. Oh
Um,
yeah.
like, there's a lot of things they could have added and changed, but it is still an indie game made by a small team that only grew a bit as soon as the game blew up and the fandom
Mm.
blew up. And so, like, I don't envy the team. The team had to go through a lot, and they had to put these out quickly because people would forget about it unless they did. Um,
Yeah, there's like a relevancy time limit, kind of like how
FNAF
I'm pretty
still
sure
does
Baldi's
that.
Basics is still in development.
Well, yeah,
Or
technically the first
yeah,
official alpha came out, and like with even more expanded stuff, and the game's still being worked on, and there'll be sequels and whatnot. But
yeah,
but
but
they
like Baldy's relevance has gone down a lot.
Oh yes, it went down a
so
frick
it's
ton.
it's justified that Bendy's team would want to get out content fast. But I think there's a difference between quickly producing passable content and just producing bad content. And I think Chapter 5 specifically is just bad content.
Yeah,
You can just smell the rushed in it.
you can smell how rushed it is. Absolutely. Like my goodness, I just wonder what we could have gotten if they were able to just fully flesh it out and it was not put in parts but was just a big old story that could be released.
If they weren't trying to set up so far, I don't know. Maybe they'd have just done the story that everyone wanted them to do from the beginning. They planned on doing it from the beginning, but then they changed because they were like, "Oh shit, the surprise is ruined."
Mm-hmm. One quick moment. My sisters just went into my room and placed our dog in my room for no good
Aw.
reason. I love the pupper, but she's obviously anxious and doesn't want to be in the room with me.
Aw. The doggos are cute.
Quick second. Okay. Want me to open the door? Oh,
So how are y'all doing?
yeah,
Because
you
I'm
want to
doing great.
you want to sit with me? You know what? Sit with me.
Nano has gone to retrieve his doggo and put it somewhere safe.
Mm. Yes, I've decided I'm gonna keep dog in my lap until she wants to leave.
Yay!
Yeah,
That's
okay.
good.
Yes, yes. Um, what other projects would you be interested in? Like, what projects would you be like, okay, I've got to do this before, or say, my channel has a deadline until it's donezo's. I gotta do this.
Um, so like elaborate for me so I can answer this.
Okay, imagine you're just like, oh, YouTube has decided that they're going to shut down the entire platform in 5 years. Make the videos that you want to make, or whatever projects, whether it be like, I need to make this song, or I want to make this type of project and have it flourish, or I need to make this type of comic dub, or something within that vein. Something that you haven't done before, or something that you would like to do before, say, you're done with the
um,
channel.
so like if I could add a new thing to the channel, aside from our animated projects, and the music and the comic dubs, I guess another type of content that would be interesting to do would be because we started gaming as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there was a point in life where I wanted to do like movie reviews. That
Oh.
was something that I always wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I
That,
never ended up doing them because I realized, wow, I'm not exactly good at talking. So
okay. Okay. Yeah.
so I so I just didn't do it.
Mm-hmm. Uh, I've always thought movie reviews or anime reviews or anything reviews would be fun for me to do, which is probably why I'm eventually going to do anime reviews, at least on this channel. But dang, it takes a lot of, more than I thought it would be, unless you're like the naturally gifted at just speaking for hours on end.
Oh, I think one of my favorite, and they're also quite popular, but movie reviews, I tend to find interesting, but it really depends on the voice that's talking about them.
Yeah.
because it takes the character to make them interesting, the reviews. But I typically find that I enjoy Saber Spy.
Yeah.
videos. I don't know
Yes, I
if
know
you watch
Saber's
his
Spark.
stuff,
I
but
watch his stuff.
I'd say he's probably the one who kind of gave the inspiration in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Like, for me, I've watched so many different reviewers over time because I like my Jontrons. I've liked my
Oh, John Tron's
completionists.
beautiful.
Yes. Um, I'd say at the moment I really love Scott the Waz and Relax and plenty of other commentators when it comes to the video games industry. Like, I don't know why they're so good at what they do, but they do it so well.
Mm.
hmm In terms of projects that I would be interested in, probably, uh, okay, I'm just gonna go backwards and say dream project. If I was to do a dream project, it would be a song or a video with Ryan Higa. Period. Any way, shape, or form. Even if he's like a guest for 5 seconds. Like,
Oh god, yeah.
yeah, like he was the person that
I
got
used
me
to watch
into
his
YouTube.
content so much as a kid.
Mm-hmm. Like, he's moved over to Twitch at the moment. Uh, he's having fun there because he's been pretty burned out, which is understandable. Um, but
I think his content was ahead of its time.
oh, it was.
A lot
It,
of the humor really stands up, especially some of the music he made
oh,
back in the day.
back in the day, all the bromances, the nice
My
guys.
personal favorite, my personal favorite from him is Bromance.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
good song.
bromance is still a classic. It's a banger.
It's it's great.
hmm I've always loved Nice Guys so much, and
Nice guys
finish
finish
last.
last.
Yep,
It's amazing.
it's so much fun, and
His songs were just so good.
yeah, like they were great, and his just sense of humor is really fun. It's like childish yet not at the same time. Plus, ADHD brains unite. Like, he just made being like ADHD is kind of fun, even though it's got its issues, and I'm like, heck yeah.
Mm.
In terms of uh, future projects, I've already got some in the works that I'm very excited for. Um,
Eh.
yes, I'm fine saying mine because that just means promotion for and getting people excited for the 5 people that listen to this podcast at the moment.
Amazing.
Yes, I have a papyrus song that I'm working on with the musical Ghost, and very excited for that because I love Undertale a lot. Um,
Oh, Undertale's great. It's just a
mhm.
shame the fandom can get
Oh,
intense.
of course, but they've died down a lot. They've died down quite a bit. Their peak was like
Like,
2016, and then it just became
like
a
back in the
meme.
day,
But back in the day,
like back in the day, I was like pretty heavy part of the fandom, but then I like
same.
left at a certain point.
Oh yeah, I left at a certain point
Like I
when.
still I still adore Undertale and Deltarune, but
Mm-hmm.
like oh boy, the
Oh boy,
fans.
yeah, absolutely. It's just like they're fine now, which is why it's totally fine to do this kind of stuff. Plus, 5 year anniversary this year. Of course, I'm doing something. Um,
We actually we actually had a choice to do we had a bunch of options as to what we were gonna do an anniversary song on.
mm-hmm.
The options were Cuphead, Deltarune, and Undertale because they all come out roughly around the same time
Yeah,
period.
yeah. And you and
Yeah,
you and you made your choice, which is totally fine
we
because
chose
mm,
Cuphead.
yeah, because Cuphead's your biggest fandom, pretty
Cuphead's
much.
relevant.
Cuphead's relevant, which is weird because it isn't at the same time. Nobody's like talking, well, hey, I'm going to go make a
I don't know.
Cuphead
Have you
song.
seen it? Have you seen our audience? They like
Oh,
rage for Cuphead.
I know, but it's interesting because they rage specifically for specific series and they rage for Cuphead. And I think it's because you're known for it as well. Um, they're just like, ah, that's the
Look,
Cuphead channel.
look.
And you're like,
If
oh.
if 200,000 of our viewers is here for Casino Cups and Cuphead, then I think this song will do well.
Oh, oh, I know. That's why I'm like hoping the best for it. Because if it does well, then that means just and people start spreading it. They'll be like, "Yo, this sounds good," and then they'll be like, "Oh, what's this
Yeah, and then
about?
I
Oh,
have an I.
Cuphead, but it's something called Casino Cups. What's Casino Cups? Well, here's an entire
Yeah,
movie
and then I have a
version
reason to
of it
say,
all."
and then once it's out, I can finally just tell people
You're just like, "I'm
to stop
free."
asking for it because
Yeah.
this is like the peak of what they'll get.
Oh yeah, it's just like until the series, the comic creator is done with it,
Until
you're
everything just
yeah, then
implodes.
yeah, then you've got a while to go. Um,
Yeah,
and once that's
but
done,
I,
then
but
there you go.
it's, but like I talked
Mm-hmm.
to Bright Goat, and it seems like they're pretty passionate about it. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
going anywhere anytime soon, which is nice.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice thing because Casino Cups,
Mm.
it's a good series. I like it for sure, and I feel like if the song does well, it could create a chain reaction that just makes the channel even bigger. Because it would be like, oh dang,
Mm.
I like the song. Oh sweet, what's it about? Cuphead? Oh, I love Cuphead, but this doesn't sound like the story of Cuphead. No, this is something called Casino Cups. What's Casino Cups? Well, this same channel has two and maybe eventually three movies of the entire story so far. Yo, I'ma watch. And then that grows, and then the the asks for even more Casino Cups just rises instead. So
It's the best.
yes, you're like it's the best. uh, like in terms of projects, I want to make Deltarune stuff, but I just want the full game to be out first. It's like I was going to make a
Mm.
song back when it first came out, but then there was some complications, and then by the time that Deltarune had died down, which was very quick, because it was just the first part. Well, no, it was just the first chapter out of a few more chapters in a full game that's going to be
I think it's a nice
tweaked.
self-contained story.
Yeah, it is, but I just can't wait for the full thing because it's all going to connect and it's going to be.
I mean, hey, at the very least, it seems like Toby's confirmed recently that he's going to be making the sequel.
Well, yes. I mean, he has multiple times that he's making it, and he's shown
Yeah,
progress. But the thing is
but
that we don't
yeah,
know
but
if he's just suddenly
like when he
dropped it or
released,
not. But
sure, but
then
like when he released Deltarune, he expressively said that he may or may not make it.
yes, he said that, and then when he finally got a team and everything, and everyone's been passionate, and it's grown as much as it has, and even recently, he just having him say, "I'm passionate more than ever to finish this game," that just helps it. But that also means we've probably got like an extra
Everyone,
year at least until it's done.
everyone loves the Spade Boy.
Oh yes, Spade Boy is very good boy. Um, I'm very much into my son, Asriel, or Ralze for a lot of other.
Rosali.
Rosali. Yes, Ralze is just suddenly of Italian descent. Uh, can you imagine? He's just like, be friends or else. I love you guys. Want a cannoli bake in my place? I can make a sweet cannoli
I,
with a little bit of
I'll bake
limoncello,
you a
but
cake.
only if you're an adult. Like,
It's amazing.
yes, the AU where everyone's Italian out of nowhere.
Look, we like on a live stream that we did once. We just decided that the characters were all Russian or something.
Oh no.
Especially Shorm. That we just created Russian Shorm,
Yes.
and it's a thing now.
Well, okay, I could see Sham being Russian, and that's kind of almost canon now in my mind. Because he looks like that old Russian doll that just was kind of beat up but still had plenty of love, and you're like, I. He also probably drinks vodka on the weekends anyway, so.
Also, did you ever catch did you catch the pun with Shom at first glance with him
uh,
with what he is?
I, I'm not completely sure. Maybe,
Please tell me you did.
probably,
Tell me.
probably.
Okay. Tell me what you know about Shawn. What are his? Tell me what you know about him. What are the puns Toby made with him?
Oh, it's been so long. Don't ask me on the spot. Oh, because I can't think of all of the details. Because he's
I'll
probably got
ask.
a lot.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna tell you.
Mm-hmm.
So Shawn is a ragdoll.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yes.
but he also is a ragdoll cat.
Hmm.
He's a ragdoll cat, but also a ragdoll cat.
Oh my gosh. Toby, no.
Get it?
Toby, no. Yeah. Yeah.
Get it?
Um, nah. Ah.
Get it?
Yes. Stop.
Good. But also, like my cursed imagery of Shawn being Russian is that Jevil also has to be Russian.
No.
But like my headcanon is that Jevil just has a Jersey accent because why not?
I always saw him as a little whiny blueberry that he is. He's like, hey guys.
Look, honestly, Jevil is and always will be my favorite character. I just love little gremlin characters. They're just good characters.
Mm-hmm.
Just visually, they're like, mwah, they're beautiful.
Oh yes. Chaos. Chaos. Chaos.
There's like the unholy trinity of like Jevil,
Mhm.
Bendy, Impmon, and I don't know. I don't think they're like I don't know. I guess now you could like I don't like Impidimp, but like I think that's the only Imp Pokemon honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's honestly just those. It's honestly just those three that are like they're just visually like designed in like a great way, in my opinion.
Mhm.
And then like yeah,
Mhm.
it's just visually like it's good design.
Mhm. Absolutely. In terms of good design that gets a lot of people very happy would be Spinel. Uh,
I love Spinel. A
uh,
great character.
oh, absolutely. The good old broken noodle. Constantly
Oh,
going and wanting love and attention, and then turning yandere if she doesn't get it for long enough.
look, Spinel has issues, but that's why we love her.
Yes. That's why a lot of people love a lot of characters. That's why a lot of creators destroy their characters, right, Shav? Everyone's if frickin' pins and stitches and just blows up, everyone's gonna wonder how messed up of a person you are.
I am a firm believer that through suffering, characters will grow.
Well, yes, but the
It
suffering
just so
you put them
happens that a
through
lot of the characters
rivals
grow this
some
way.
like your suffering makes some anime characters look like babies. Like what the fuck? Anyways.
Look, I am a firm believer that the
Mm-hmm.
more suffering a character goes through, the better their growth will be.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Just
just
think of the
waiting.
Sasuke's and the Naruto's of the world.
Well, of course. That's immediately what a ton of people are like. They're just like, well, let me just think. Well, half of this cast is Sasuke.
But also, also, like, yes, the show also has anime inspiration.
Yes.
Or like, but overall, it's yeah. I just put my characters.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. I I freaking love them already. And I'm
God, in a
hoping
story that takes place in a post-apocalyptic future with war happening,
mother effing nine.
happiness is unrealistic.
Oh my gosh, that is not how that works.
Look, there are characters that are happy.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of the characters actually become happy or they start happy. So
Yeah, they start
they've got
happy and
that.
then you destroy their entire psyche, or their psyche was
Yeah,
broken
it's
and
because
then they
it's
become better.
yeah. Or like they just were never good in the first place.
The classics. You'll also have many a fangirl due to the amount of Zuko's in the show. Uh,
Yes. Not that I've ever seen Zuko's character arc, but like I never actually I
you
watched
haven't
like
watched
random episodes.
Avatar?
I when I was younger, I used to watch random episodes that would pop up on
Shame.
TV.
Shame.
I have never watched the whole
You
series.
are good. No, that's it. You've got homework tonight.
Oh,
You've got it.
no,
Nope. Nope. That's it. You've
no,
got homework. You're watching
I refuse
Avatar.
homework.
Nope. Nope. That's it. You've got it. Nope. No
Mm.
way of getting out of it. No. No passing go or collecting 200. You are now in Avatar jail.
But
You are going to watch all of Avatar because that's going to help inspire, and it's amazing and one of the best cartoons of all time. And how dare?
oh no,
Nope.
oh god.
This is a big yes. I feel like people in the current server that we're in, that's part of the Shavs team, have no idea that you haven't watched Avatar and are probably like, "What the fudge? You want to
If
create
you
a
tell them, I
cartoon?"
will. If you tell them, I will smite you.
I'm sorry, but me Power Boy right now. You have homework and you're watching Avatar, so then you never have to go through the shame of having everyone being like, "Okay, that's
Are there
it.
like a
Shav
million
haven't watched."
episodes?
No, it's 3 seasons that are like 12 episodes apiece, anime style almost. So it's not that long, and it's amazing. And
Sure.
oh, that's it. That's it.
Fine, I'll watch it. I have
Yes.
Netflix, so I'll
Yes.
just pop it on.
There you go. You better pop it on. I'm over here just like, well, seeing as how that Shams is trying to create a cartoon, she must know the best cartoon of all time, right? Right? Apparently not.
By that you mean, if by that you mean, if by that you mean Caroline, then yes.
Okay, Coraline is in the movie category, and also is claymation, so differences. We're talking
Claymation
2D.
is still a valid animation
Yes,
form.
of course it is.
Don't patronize.
Oh, I'm not patronizing. I'm just saying that somebody just hasn't watched the best 2D cartoon of all time and needs to watch it, or else they're going to big old creators jail where they can't create any more pins and stitches until they watch the show.
I feel like if I watch it though, I'm gonna realize how many of my characters are Zuko.
Yes, which is a good
I
thing.
rather just
Come
ignorance
on,
is
come on.
bliss.
That would be like finding out that you've made copies of one of the best characters of all of cartoons. He has one of the best redemption arcs ever, and you're just so you'll see plenty of Zuko's. You'll probably have a couple of Tophs, a couple of Bangs, a couple of Kataras, and it will be just fine. Because then you'll love the characters, and that'll just make you love your characters even more so. It's a win-win. It's an absolute win in my book, in your book too. So you better watch it.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Yes. See, this is why you should listen to the Ramen Shop. People who are going to listen to this probably in the future and not right now, is that I can bully my friends into going and watching shows that they need to watch.
I'm starting to question this now.
Yes, that's it. It's time for me to now spread this on Twitter if she doesn't finish the show within at least this month.
Don't you dare.
By the end of this month, I'll be like, guys, that's it. We've got to cancel Shavs. And we'll be like, what
No.
happened? Oh, hasn't watched Avatar.
She
What?
hasn't watched Avatar.
What? She hasn't watched Avatar? And she calls herself a creator? No.
Mm.
Oh no. All of freaking cartoon Twitter is going to go and just rush into your DMs being like, you better watch Avatar tonight. And then people like, guys, I got a good old flight to Australia. We know who we visited tonight. It's just like, oh
Mm.
no.
Great, you're sending the mafia after me.
Ah, there we go. The good old anime and cartoon mafia are coming after you because you haven't watched Avatar
Yes.
yet. You are not in. You are officially have lost your
I'm
license to
just,
be called creator of cartoon.
I'm just, I'm just gonna be doomed.
Yes, you are doomed. This is your fate now. It's done. It's set in stone. We've got the cartoon gods at the ready to smite you if you don't watch it now within the month. Uh, got them on speed dial. They now know. Uh, so there you are. You're cursed. Thank you for coming to the podcast. uh,
It's been a pleasure being here.
oh, honestly, it's been a good conversation. It's been a good time. Now, we've still got some time, so I'm gonna say this is nerd out time. What are you nerding out
Yes.
right now on?
What's my current thing?
Yes, what's the current thing that you're like, okay, that's it. I'm nerding out on this. I need more of this in my life. Anything more of this, and I'm gonna be happy.
Um, what have I? Like, if I go to like what I've been watching recently,
Mm-hmm.
my whole feed is mostly like movie reviews and
Okay.
character
Okay.
analyses.
Oh, heck
Like
yeah.
if it's like a show that I'm
Mm-hmm.
currently watching, I've recently gotten to watching
Avatar.
some good old untrue crime TV.
Ah.
Um, uh,
Okay.
good old good old fictional crime. I
Okay.
like.
Okay. It's fictional crime. For a second, I thought it was like true fictional crime, and you're like, ah,
No,
I can add this into my
uh,
story.
at least at least I'm assuming Hannibal Lecter didn't exist.
Ah, good old Hannibal. Now I'm
Yeah,
very
I've been
scared for some of the
watching
characters.
that series lately, and uh, actually, it
Whoa.
inspired two characters.
So that's what those two were inspired off of. Oh, that's not good. Oh, good lord.
Yes.
Shav, why? This is, this ain't good. This is just like somebody's going to come back to this. Who knows? Season one's out of the frickin' show, and they're like, "Wait,
Oh no, like
cannibals?
it was
Wait, who are
it helped
cannibals?"
it helped expand the lore of the world, and you know,
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely, and
like
I'm not knocking
because
any
like
of it
for the
because
people
it's
for people
great.
like for the people who know the show at the moment, which is like a
Mm-hmm.
very small group of good old stans from the OG
Mm-hmm.
series. Basically basically the creatures that are the main characters, they're technically an animal,
Mm-hmm.
and the humans have an
Mm-hmm.
animal shortage. So Hannibal Lecter actually brought up the idea that
Mm-hmm.
what would happen if humans tried to eat these characters because they're technically an
Mm-hmm.
animal.
Oh.
And then I was like, ah, yes. Why don't we just add why don't we just add some zombie aspects to that? That
Mm-hmm.
their meat is unedible or something. And then I was like, yes, we should make cannibal humans that actually can eat them.
Oh my
And so they
gosh.
were born from that. It was like the show. It's like watching shows sometimes helps bring up hypotheticals about the show that's being developed, and helps kind of ask some questions that might be asked by the audience, like why don't they just
Mm-hmm.
eat the opposition if they have a food shortage? My
Oh yeah.
answer is they can't. The meat's poisonous.
Mm-hmm. Like
But like, nah. I've really been enjoying watching Hannibal. It's a very interesting show to watch. And it's definitely a good stand-in for my usual CSI that I like to watch. But it's pretty
Mm-hmm.
good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a good show that I need to watch more of.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Oh, let me just pop her down. I'll be back in a second.
He's leaving again.
Yes, lady needs to be put out.
What a shame. Wop wop. So yeah, everyone.
Popper has
The
been
pilot, the
puppified.
pilot for that's coming out in 2022. So that's gonna be
Ooh.
fun.
Okay. Okay.
2020. It was gonna be planned for 2021, but we have another anime. We have another animated big project that's happening all year. So
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna not be able to work on it.
Oh yes. Just gotta put
But
everything
I'll give
in.
you a hint. It's a. I'll give you a little hint as to what we're working on. It's essentially a 10 to 12 episode animated film uh, uh, and it's also a musical, and it's coming out on the Deltarune anniversary. Treat that as you
Mm-hmm.
will. That's all
Oh
the
ho.
information you're getting.
Oh ho ho. Okay. That's very exciting. It's a good little tease for the audience. They'll be like, "Oh, let me get
Yes.
some of that. That sounds right up me alley."
Good old first episode releases on the anniversary, and the final episode releases Christmas Eve.
Ooh. Just be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Well, guys, you know what? I'm a giving person, and seeing as how I'm your current god, I'm gonna give you a gift on the holy day of the 25th. Don't spend time with your family. Watch Shaz Media Production Channel."
Look, that's why it's not coming out on Christmas, because that's when you spend time with your family.
uh, absolutely. That's the
Everyone knows them. Everyone knows how the modern Christmas works.
yeah. No one spends time with family. They just want to go and watch the
Who does that?
YouTubes. People on the
The YouTubes.
YouTubes. They need to watch more YouTubes. It's not truly
The
Christmas
Youtube.
if you're not just binging JonTron for Christmas. Who are you if you don't? Oh my goodness. Uh, I think that was a good conversation.
It was great.
Yeah. Anything to shout out, Shabs?
Um, shout out. Shout out to everyone who works on the channel.
Okay. Heck yeah.
Shout out to Neno.
Okay.
Uh, and shout out to all you beautiful people who
Aw.
watch the podcast. You're all
Yes.
awesome.
There we go. This is a debut of how Shavs is a wonderful person who knows how to talk. We love to hear her talk and would love to have her back someday in the future for podcast. Probably later, so then we can just talk and geek out more about projects that are even out on the podcast probably by that point. So that will be fun.
Yes. That'd be actually pretty fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to follow Shavs at Shavs Media Production. If you somehow don't know Shavs and know me, that's weird, but I follow, please. Great comic dubs. I'm a voice of some characters in some of said comic dubs. Uh,
He voices the Skeletrio,
yeah, the Skeleton
and
Trio.
he's very good. Most recent comic dubs have featured him, and
Mm.
you can definitely see the talent there. So go
Aw,
watch him
thank you.
and
Uh,
subscribe to Neno because yeah.
oh my gosh, this is adorable. Anyway, So thank you guys for listening. Also, if you would like to support this channel as well as the main channel and all the things that I do, I have a Patreon, patreon.com/Nanorama. So if you would like to support me there, thank you guys for listening. Next episode will be on the 22nd of August at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And that guest for that episode will be Chi-Chi.
Hey.
Hey, so come then, listen now, and also the podcast is on all streaming platforms that I know of, minus Apple Podcasts at the moment, because Apple sucks.